Good morning students. Welcome to online session of Social Sciences. In previous class, we were studying about the governor. We were trying to understand about the various information regarding governor. The governor, that is the constitutional head of that particular state, and that is appointed by the President of India. After that, we have understood about the various qualifications to be which are required for the appointment of that governor of a particular state. Then we have studied some terms of that office, about salary, and some powers and functions of the government. Now today we are going to understand about the position of the governor. So dear students, as you all know that the governor is the constitutional head of the state. Because of this, the governor is having a lot of functions and powers that is related to state administration. Governor is that always plays two roles. First role is that the head of the state. Second role is an agent of the central government. Let's understand it. Governor can recommend the imposition of constitutional emergency in a state to the president. Now, during the president rule in a state, the governor enjoys extensive executive powers as an agent of the president. Now, we are having one sentence here that describes the position of the governor very clearly. What is that statement? Statement is, the governor is the constitutional head of the state just as the president is of the union. It means that the position of the governor in his state is similar to the position of the president in his union or country. Now we will understand about the president or governor's rule. The governor always keep on checking the work of the council of the ministers regularly. If the council of ministers do not do their work properly, then the governor do the work of his part. Now what is his work? The governor, he is having right and power to advise the president to declare the constitutional emergency in the state. Now what is the meaning of constitutional emergency? It means the Indian constitution, it gives the president the authority to declare three types of emergencies. First is national emergency, second is state emergency, third is financial emergency. And this emergency is borrowed from Germany. Now in state emergency, state government will be dismissed and the state will be exercised by the central government. The governor do this kind of recommendations when he finds the council of ministers, they have lost the confidence of the majority of members in assembly. It means now they are having less members in the assembly and new ministry cannot be formed easily. Now there are other case also. In another case of recommendation is when there is a complete breakdown of law or order. Breakdown means failure in a system. When there is a total failure in a system, that time this governor will recommend the president's law or emergency there. Whenever any of the situation arises, the governor sends a report to the president of the union or country. Now the president will see the report and on the basis of that report, he can dismiss the ministry of the state. The president can suspend or dissolve the assembly according to the situation and then that particular state will be said as under the president's rule. In this kind of circumstances, the governor performs the role of the real and the effective ruler of the state. But he always works according to the instructions received by him from the President of India. All the instructions will be provided to the governor time to time. In other words, we can say that the governor acts as the agent of the President of Union or country and do or exercise all executive powers behalf of the president. Now, whatever work will be done in the state, the governor will be the responsible for that particular work. The chief minister and the council of ministers. First of all, we will understand about the formation of the council of minister. How that council of minister will be formed. So when election to the legislative assembly will be completed, the task or work of for making or forming a government will be started. As you know that the majority party will get the chance to make a government. So the leader of that majority party will be called to make the government. The party with the majority in the state legislative assembly will be invited to form the government. Now, dear students, do you know who invite the leader to make the party? Yes, the governor of the state. And the leader will be given under oath as the chief minister of the state. As the governor is similar to the president of India, it has some discretionary powers in the hand or in matters. Now, what is the meaning of discretionary powers? Discretionary powers, it means the freedom to decide what should be done in a particular situation. If any kind of situation arises, so which kind of decision will be taken by the governor. This is the reason why the governor will be called to work or act when no particular or no political party will have a clear majority to make a government. The governor also appoints the council of ministers. The chief minister elects them from the member of his party in a legislative assembly. Now, which is also called Vidhan Sabha. And the formal means official appointment of all the council of ministers will be done by the governor of the state. Now, before joining the office, that chief ministers and other all ministers, they are assumed to they have to take the oath of the office. Next is salary and allowances. All the ministers are getting monthly salary, allowances and many amenities. Amenities means they are all desirable or useful features or facilities of a building or a place to live in. All these facilities are determined by the state legislature from time to time. Categories of ministers. Now all that ministers, they are having some categories. They are divided into category. First of all, the council of minister, it is having two main elements. First is the chief minister and second is other ministers. Now the council of minister in state consists of three main categories of ministers. Means the chief minister will be there. After that, three categories of minister will be there in the council of ministers. Now, which are these three categories? First is cabinet minister, second is minister of state, third is deputy ministers. Now, this first one, that is cabinet minister, it holds independent charge of the ministries. But the next two one, that is minister of state and the deputy minister, they do not hold the independent charges of ministry. Means there is involvement of central government in work. So this much for today's class, and the two topics are there. This we am going to explain in the next class. I hope you all have understood this topic and you all are writing your question answers and doing all exercise work in your book and copy. Thank you.